Hello everybody, and welcome back to the shop. Flying into this one really quick because it is freezing cold outside.
Heard.
It is, it's actually like, what, 10 degrees I think it said? Or, yeah.
Too cold.
Too cold.
That's what it said on my phone.
Yeah, wow, wow. All our water buckets in the shop are frozen. We are frozen. The forge is not, thank God. It's getting running right now. We had to thaw out everything, including our fan, to bring air in here.
Yeah.
Just a little informational tidbit for you. If you are forging in an enclosed area, highly recommend you get some type of ventilation system, whether it's a fan blowing air in from outside or whatever, because especially in this cold weather, you try and keep the doors closed to keep the heat in, you will get carbon monoxide poisoning and die.
So keep your doors closed?
No, keep a door open.
Oh.
Keep a door open with airflow.
Okay.
Carbon monoxide poisoning is very dangerous, and if you're getting into this, it's a very high risk if you're not paying attention. Things to look out for: lightheadedness, tiredness, headaches. If any of those things start to happen, you need to get outside and get fresh air immediately, because it's only a matter of minutes before you pass out.
And that comes from the burn off of the forge, correct?
Exactly, yes. With the forge burning, it consumes a massive amount of oxygen and replaces the oxygen with carbon monoxide, and you breathe it in, not knowing it, because it has no taste, no smell, nothing.
It's awesome, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely get some airflow set up in your shop. Just a little helpful. Don't die this winter. You know.
Safety 101.
Safety, yeah, 101. Today's video, we are going to be making a hook. Now, I made a hook a while back, like when we first started redoing the channel. It sucked. Just gonna be honest, it sucked. But I got to make it with my wife, so that was probably the best part, was making it with my wife. Now today, I'm going to walk Curtis through how to make a hook, and we're going to make a hook at the same time. We're using rather big round stock for this. I believe this is
Quarter inch.
3/4 inch.
Yeah.
I think it's 3/4 inch. No, she's pretty thick. It's thick. It's thick. I apologize. I'm not good at math. Wasn't good at math either. So
That's good.
It's one good thing to not be good at.
That's very true.
Let's get back to business. We're going to take these and forge them down, make hooks, and quit talking to you and let you watch. So I love sword fighting.
All right, get him on.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. So the first thing we're going to do is taper this down. So I'm going to start by putting it over the edge of the anvil and doing angled strikes. As you get better with this, you can go faster, but I'm taking my time. I'm wearing gloves right now, and I don't like wearing gloves, so it kind of messes up how I'm doing things. So I take this whole heat to get this nice taper in here, and then I slow down, and then I just start to work that taper back. Try and keep the thing straight. Now when I start out, I'm just doing a 45-degree turn, or a 90-degree turn, so I can work all four sides at once. And then as it goes, I can just kind of rotate all the way around. This is mild steel, so I have more freedom to straighten as I go. Alright, back in the forge. Okay, so now we're just going to keep working that taper back. Still doing the 90-degree turns here. And as I run out of heat, then I'll start flipping everything around and straightening it up. Now this workspace of my anvil is about 4 inches, so that's about how long I'm going to work this stock out to. It's just the width of my anvil. I mean, if you have a specific measurement you want to use, feel free to do it. But I like to eyeball things because I can't do math. And you want it to be a taper, so you want to, get from thick to thin. That's what we're trying to go for here, and then we want to crisp those lines up as we go. This is about as long as I'm going to make it, so I'm just going to crisp that taper up with this heat. Then we're going to go in and we're going to finish our hook out. We're going to start curling the end of our hook. So I have some wonkiness in here, and because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, I want it to look nice. Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
that means a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through and clean these lines up because I want that taper to be nice and smooth. It's not about how fast you do it at this point. Right now, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Confucius?
Military? Okay, now our next heat we're gonna do is curl that tip around.
What? What are we doing?
Curling the tip around.
Okay.
Of the hook.
Okay. Up.
Okay, so our heat with this is more isolated. We're gonna pick which way we want this to go. I want it to go this way. So I'm gonna bend it over the corner of my anvil like that. And we don't have a lot of heat, so I'm gonna start tapping it back into myself. Just get a little curve on there. Flatten it out. Just a nice little curve, nice and smooth. Bob Ross would be like, oh, just a happy little tree there.
Happy little accident.
That's it. All right, and that's a nice little curve.
That looks pretty.
Put it back in the forge. It's nice and warm in here now.
This is our oxygenator.
Yes, high quality.
High quality.
Top of the line.
But hey, we ain't dead.
We ain't dead.
That's that carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide.
Monoxide.
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Monoxide.
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 Oh, wow, that's great.
Okay, so for this next part, I'm going to take a pair of pliers. I'm going to start this bend. I'm going to grab here, twist, ever so slightly. I'm wearing gloves, which makes it really hard to twist. Grab up under here.
Looks like a Viking ship right now.
Okay, got a little bit of time. All right, so now we're going to go in here. Take this little curve we did with our pliers, put it over the horn of our anvil, flat side of my hammer, and start tapping that around. This is where you gotta be careful. So I'm gonna strike here to bring that bend in, but I don't want to hit my curl. Okay. So I'm gonna come back over here, straighten it up.
And it's mild steel, so it's a little more forgiving, right?
Correct.
And it's cooler.
Correct. Yeah, I would definitely not do this in carbon steel. Alright, so I'm going to use this little special spot on my anvil over here that's covered in stuff. This is from another video and a look. Slide it over this back part here. Fix this end out a little bit. So now it's nice and straight. Now we'll go back to the forge. And we're going to hot cut this thing off.
Oh, the worst part. No, just kidding.
Yeah, well,
It's not too
It
bad.
is sketchy. It is sketchy.
Because you can mess up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool thing is we're not gonna do it on my anvil. I'm gonna use my apprentice's anvil because
Oh, it's dirty. Don't look. Just kidding. It's a hammer.
it's just a hammer.
This is my anvil, everybody. Look how pretty it is.
92.
Sorry.
His anvil is an 1892 Fisher. It's my first anvil. I love that anvil so much.
It is nice. The rebound's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's over 100 years old now.
So my question is, that's not 4 inches.
No, yours is
So-
3.5.
How am I gonna? So should I only do a 3.5 inch hook?
That's why I said you can do it however big you want.
Oh, you did say
that's
that.
just the tapered area. So I like the taper of my hook to be pretty much everywhere from where the head, where it's fastened to the wall, to where it curls up. I prefer that to be all tapered so it's uniform.
Okay.
If you want, one of the ways you can get around it is, yes, you can work at the full length of your anvil, but you could easily just get a ruler and mark with a Sharpie on your anvil or a piece of chalk how long 4 inches is or however long you want to make it.
And work it that way instead of that way.
Correct.
Got you.
Yeah. You can watch pull out over. You recording that? No, don't. No.
It's too late.
Stop. The kids watch this.
I didn't say nothing. You smiled, bro.
Your face setting.
You smiled.
Because you were gonna say pause.
Anyway, is it hot enough yet?
No, it's not hot enough yet.
We're gonna go over here. And we're gonna go close, and he's gonna cut it off. The sketchy part, because you could ruin your whole project.
No.
No?
You won't ruin it, but you could definitely set yourself back a few steps.
Well, if you have hammer accuracy like I have, everybody, you might ruin it.
So, no hammer accuracy. He's actually got a pretty decent amount of hammer accuracy. He's only made a few things.
All right.
Now we're gonna do this. Okay. Now I'm gonna judge where my taper is, okay? Now I'm gonna go about an inch or so past that, probably an inch and a half past that, for my part where it sets to the wall. I'm gonna take a few strikes this way, a few this way, a few this way, a few this way. Now, follow me.
Whoop.
And we'll grab our pliers. Now, we should have worked that enough that all we have to do to get this off is work it back and forth and it breaks free. Now, this does look a little ugly, but we're gonna forge it out flat and you're not gonna really notice. So, back in the forge it goes.
Get that. That metal. Almost looks like a dinosaur or a dragon. Wow.
Alright, now the tricky part. Flat side of, or round side of my hammer. Go straight down. Okay, now I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I have a sander. I'm just gonna sand that little lip off and then put it back in the forge. Before I do that, you see this hard line I have right here? Covering my hammer right there. Let me get rid of that. As best I can. It's handmade. You get stuff like this all the time. It's failure.
Now you mean that right before where the taper goes up.
Yeah, here, let me show
Where's
you.
your little pointer finger?
Here, let me show you with my hand-forged finger here. This line is because my hammer pressure was off and I dug in. You like my little hand? I made that. Hello.
Focus.
But we're gonna cut this. We're gonna sand this off
Mhm.
so it's nice and round, and we're gonna put it back in the forge. And we're gonna drill this with a drill because, yes, you could absolutely drift a hole in there and do that. But I like to do things the easy way, not the hard way. So let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we don't need this to be glowing for this part. We're just gonna put it in oil and blacken it up. Still do the same process like I do when I have a knife, and I just keep shaking it. And I've heard people say that you shouldn't shake it because, you know, master smiths never shake anything. Well, first off, this is a hook, not a knife.
Wait, one more
Okay?
time.
I said first off, this is a hook, not a knife.
Yeah.
But also,
I got yelled at so bad.
he did. He got yelled at a competition because somebody thought they knew everything. Also, I shake it because if you don't understand the thermodynamics of quenching something, you're putting something extremely hot into something that's not extremely hot. And when that happens, if it's a liquid, whatever's in contact with that metal vaporizes almost instantly. And if you don't shake it, it creates what's called a vapor pocket, which is essentially an insulating layer around whatever you're trying to cool down. Now, we're not trying to cool this down, we're trying to blacken it. But if you're making a knife and somebody says, don't shake the knife in there because you don't gotta do that, don't listen to them.
And in layman's terms, what you're saying is shaking it breaks up that air pocket that is created from the heat.
Correct.
And then so you get a evenly cooled, evenly treated knife.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What Curtis said. Got me out too smart to be dumb.
He's stupid smart.
Stupid. center as we can get this. This is going to be our punch mark for our drill. Okay, so that is officially how you make a hook, my way or Curtis's way. But overall, it's a really great blacksmithing project. It leads over into other things in knife making. I think personally that if you're going to be a knife maker, you definitely need to dabble in some blacksmithing.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to be a stock removal guy. Totally cool if you are. But no, the hook's a fun project, and you can bang a couple of these things out. You can put them on wooden plaques and stuff, and you can sell them at craft fairs and stuff like that. Most of the market that I've seen for these, they'll sell anywhere from like $15 a piece depending on the size. I've seen some go for like $5 and $10 depending. But I've seen guys charge like $25-$30 for them. So however fancy you want to make them is how you can change your prices for them. But it's a simple project, and it's a really great beginner project to learn to do. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Please.
We greatly appreciate all your support and for being here with us on this very cold day. It is not comfy in here.
It's not terrible.
My feet are cold.
I got 2 pairs of socks.
I don't, I have one. So before we head out, Curtis, since this was your first time making a hook, do you have any insight or information or anything you'd like to say about it?
Blacksmithing is a lot harder than knife making. That's for sure. I would say hammer control. It's a very good practice to learn how metal is manipulated. Now, this is mild steel, so it moves a little easier, correct?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but the technique's the same.
Yeah.
But other than that, a little more hammer control is where I need to worry. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. It was an experience.
I feel like you did a really good job for being your first time. You still have a really nice taper on there. You got a good curl in.
Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't quite like, let's see that. It wasn't quite like his, but I improvised. Or a double holer.
That's right.
Yeah. That's the pretty part about working with metal is like, it may not be what you wanted it to be, but you can still turn it into something just like Jesus does to us.
That's fair.
So,
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
He said you let the metal speak to him, man.
Yeah, bro. Need a wig. Come on, man. Love it.
All right, guys. We appreciate you coming in. Please stay tuned for the next video we put out. Have a great day. Until next time.